So today I'm actually outside of my balcony because it's a Friday night and I just got off work. Well, I didn't just get off work. And like the sun's setting, and like every Friday and Thursday night they have live music. So I don't know if you guys can hear that, but and then they're like building like office buildings over there. But it's so nice. And so anyway, so I thought I'd come on here and just talk, like ramble, if you will. So like a lesson that I'm learning this week is patience and just like trusting in God's time and like just divine timing. Like as I mentioned in like my old video, like my life update video, I'm interviewing with like really big firms, like one of the biggest in the top in the world. And it's a long process, right? It's not like your regular interview, so it just takes a long time. And it's just, I'm a very impatient person, and you know, like I know that I'm going to get it. I know for sure I'm gonna get it. Like I just have a feeling. Like you sometimes in life you just know when certain things are coming to an end and when new beginnings are supposed to start. And I know I'm gonna get this job, but it's just a matter of being patient and just waiting for like just the, you know, the process to kind of finalize. And you know, because there's obviously going to be a lot of other competitors. So like a week ago in my one-on-one, I had talked to my ED, and actually let me rewind. So I ended up having a discussion with my manager because, you know, he was obviously upset when I told him I'm not doing that. And he was like, is there a problem? And I was like, obviously I'm upset about the lack of the promotion given the work that I did and the responsibility that I've shown. And so I'm pretty sure he had told like my executive director, because like literally after I got off that call, I got like my ED was like, hey, do you want to have a one-on-one? And I was like, okay. So I'm pretty sure they're like, we don't need her to quit again. And so in my one-on-one, like I BS because, you know, right now what I'm doing, I'm interviewing, so I don't really care what they talk about. And so at the end he's like, you know, I don't want you to feel frustrated with where you're at right now because there's going to be a lot of organizational changes, things that I can't say, but that they are happening. And so then when I had my one-on-one with my manager again, I'm so sick of these one-on-ones, he was like, he had told me, I can tell you, but I'm telling you this. He told me that he's not going to be on the team anymore. He's moving to a different department. And then like my mentor, like my work mom, had called me and told me like he's moving, and then I couldn't tell anybody. And so we're gonna get a new director, but the manager spot is open. So they're jamming today. Oh, they're playing John Mayer. I love John Mayer. And so anyway, so I'm assuming that they're gonna move some things around, and that's why they're telling me. But I think even with that, you know, I feel like there's going to be opportunity that pops up, but I just feel like I'm still ready to grow. But I do want to reiterate that I think it is important that we trust in the process, that we trust that God, that he knows what he's doing, that he is, there's just things that are happening in divine timing. You know, sometimes we get ahead of ourselves and think that things are supposed to happen on our time, but God has a completely different timeline for us. The dogs are also very active today. And it's like really hard because in the moment, that's when your faith is really tested, right? Like, you know, when you really want something. And it's easy to tell somebody and recognize that, you know, when you're in the outside looking in, like, hey, just trust the process. But what really matters, what really tests your faith is when you are in that situation that you're waiting for something to happen and you're eager for something to happen. And it's not working in that timeline that you expect, but God is moving things that you may not see, that you may not know. And he's working things to make things bigger and better for you. And so that's just something that I've been learning this week. Not learning, but it's just been testing me. Because, you know, I think inherently we all know that, right? Intuitively. But it's these things, that these situations that happen in life where you really do get tested, and kind of how you work through that. You know, I've been so overwhelmed. I've been very impatient, and then just to get kind of news like that, like, oh, well, that kind of changes a lot of things, you know what I mean? But if I, had I just rushed through some things, or if I looked for other opportunities, because I have recruiters who reach out to me and I could easily get a job somewhere else. But it's just about being patient and just really trusting God and having the faith in God. That, like, that little picture where it's like the girl has a little teddy bear and like God's there and she's like, but I don't want to give you this teddy bear, and he has like the bigger one behind his back. And it is really true. Like, there's just bigger and better things that are happening, but you just have to have the faith and the trust in God to know that he is going to pull those things through for you. And I feel like I'm rambling, but it's just true. So it's just like a little short message, like just things that I've been practicing, just learning patience, because that's a problem that I really have. It's just being impatient. And I can recognize opportunities and things that have happened in my life that I felt like I was struggling. In fact, I'll actually speak on this. So like my last semester at college, I had an internship lined up for me. So it was going to be my fourth internship. Actually, I would have had like 6 internships, but I had such a busy schedule in college. Like, I was a busybody. But anyways, and so I was really hyped up because this is my last internship. I was gonna have 4 internships on my my resume, and I was like obviously looking for jobs at the time. And my mom had kicked me out. So she kicked me out because she was upset that the bathroom wasn't clean to her liking, and that me and my brother didn't want to go shopping when she wanted it. And so she just became irate and just kicked me out. So I had to go stay with my brother. And so at the time, the internship was in Austin and I lived in San Antonio. So it was going to be like, it was already going to be a long drive just from my mom's house. But it was going to be like 3 hours, and I just couldn't do that with driving to Texas State, which was already going to be like an hour and a half from my brother's. And so, like, obviously I was just so overwhelmed because that was going to be my my money for the semester. I earned money, and I was just stressed out. And my brother, like, he's not trying to take care of a whole adult. Like, he's obviously what he had, he brought me food and stuff like that, but for the most part I was like kind of struggling, and just obviously tired and exhausted driving and stuff. And my car was on its last leg. Like, it was like on like 190,000 miles, and I just cried every day because it was just so stressful and it was just so lonely. And I was interviewing, and I was just like, I wasn't like, some of the jobs I didn't get, and I was just really like stressed out. Am I gonna get a job? Am I gonna get a job? And like, I just couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I was really trying. Like, I really wanted a job. And like towards the end of the semester, I ended up getting like literally like 4 offers, and it was so much I didn't even know what to do with it. Like, I was like, oh my god, like, I have a decision to make, because this is gonna ultimately decide the trajectory of my career. Because at the time I was majoring in accounting, so I had an offer for audit, I had an offer for like government, and then I had an offer for what I do now, which is market risk and financial risk management. And so it was like, it was really pressing. But had I not had the faith, had I not just kept going, had I not just kept fighting through and pushing through the struggles, who knows, like, I could have just gave up, right, and just thought that like all of this is just crumbling before my eyes. Like, I lost my internship. I had to turn down my internship. My car is literally breaking down. I'm broke. Okay, my mom is just not, that's just done, you know what I mean? And but like, just literally by the grace of God, by trusting and like fighting through the struggles, I was able to just land with 4 internships. And I ultimately, and it's crazy, on my goals, and I'll see if I can insert like a clip, because I always put like my yearly goals. And so my goal at the time was to get a job that pays like at least 55, because I thought with my internships that should put me at least an extra 5,000. And I had actually got an offer for 55, and then I was gonna take that offer because I really liked the company, I really loved the firm, I love the culture, the people. And then my old internship called me and they were like, oh, are you gonna be offered 58? And then I was like, okay, wow, that's way better than I thought. And then they actually called me again and they're like, oh, actually it's 60. That was the old year's salary. And so like it was just like, I just cried because it was just such a joyous experience for me. And it really just obviously like reaffirmed my faith. Not that it was missing, but it just reaffirmed. And so, you know, just long story short, right? I just think that sometimes it is really just about having that faith and having that trust that no matter what struggles that you have, whatever you endure, like even in the day I graduated, me and my mom got back on speaking terms again, and she wanted me to take graduation pictures, and I literally slipped my mind. She said that, but I don't remember saying that. And so I just came in like a t-shirt and tights, and she just got so upset. She was like, you know what, get the fuck out, you ungrateful little shit, and whatever. Like she talks to me like that. And you know, even with that, like I just had so many blessings pour into my life. Like the people that I met, the salary that I got, just my view, you know what I mean? Like my apartment, like just, and this is just all with having the faith and the trust in God and pushing through the struggles. So, you know, if you are struggling in life and it feels like, you know, the doors are closing, and, you know, like relationships, and I'm just like, I'm about to cry just talking about it, but it's just crazy because, you know, that was a really vulnerable, like, time in my life. Like, I was super depressed, I was, like, suicidal, and I just felt like nothing was gonna work out for me. And, you know, sometimes you really have to, like, just look at where you're at today and just, like, you know, what you prayed for previously is where you're at now. And you know, I prayed for this and like, you know, now I'm praying for something else, but just showing gratitude, you know, just being grateful for God. I'm such a crybaby, I'm a Cancer, but just being grateful and showing gratitude and being appreciative of just how much God can pour into your life, and just having faith that He's going to take you to that level. I think that's super important. So I'm going to end this before I end up in a big ball of tears. Apologies if my eye wanders, but and just like with the music playing in the background, like it's just, I'm just emotional. But yeah, just have faith, trust in God, believe in divine timing, believe that you have angels, you have beings of light, you have your spirit guides, and they are around you and they are going to guide you. They would not put you through a struggle if the light at the tunnel, the blessings that weren't going to be waiting for you at the end. So on that note, thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.